guys, it's good afternoon. It's 4:13 p.m. Today is Monday, right? And okay, so let me start. I'm tired today, I did some work outside, but hold on. So let me open this. Where the hell is yes? Okay. So I'll give you the hunting level for this week by noon today, and those levels will become our Bible to gauge bias for this entire week. Now, this information is for members, right? The hunting levels. So you ignore that information if you are not a member. So going forward, as of now, it is a less story writing here. Instead, I'm focusing on more on drawing labels, right? Because label is the key now. Buyers already we know that price is moving down, right? So we are supposed to favor more shorts than longs for day trading, right? At the same time, price is now getting exhausted to the downside. It's about to get exhausted, and also this week is going to be a tough week. So if you continue to trade during entire day, you will lose money, guaranteed. You will give back your profit. Why, right? Because this week Wednesday is FOMC, Powell is talking, and this Friday is a quadruple witching event, right? So combining both this catalyst, it is unlikely that price will make a major move, and if it does make a major move, I think it will be unable, price is unable, it is not sustainable, put it this way, before those events, right? So that's why even though if it makes a move, it is there are chances that it may come back, wherever it started its move, right? So essentially I'm saying is it is going to do ping pong, balancing to the lower side, and then during FOMC, after FOMC, before quadruple witching, it will make a move, but you have to be very careful during day trading. If you do one short, let's say, and you take a profit and then call it a day off, simple, wait for the next day, do the same process, till this Friday, and then Monday I will let you know, that what is going to likelihood scenario, what is the likelihood scenario going forward for few more days. Overall bears are in control. So even though during quadruple witching and during FOMC, even though if price goes higher, it has to break certain levels, in order to change the bias. Otherwise, we have to continue favor shorts. Okay. So now for today, ES try to stick with sellers, right? So it's the same story across the board today. So I'm going to only read it for ES. NQ pretty much same story. Only the levels will change. So try to stick with sellers more compared to buyers, right? Number one point: focus on sellers. Take one or two trades and be done with it, right? So I'm saying take one short or two shorts and done with it. Do not trade entire day. Ideally, I want to see sellers holding it below preferred sellers area, or I missed the P here, or Globex high area, right? Preferred sellers area was around 40, 38, 40 or so. Price is planning to open at May month low in RTH around it, equal to some buy the dip bias will be there of the open, which they did actually, right? They tried to buy it. Our job is to evaluate their strength. If they are active, right, then we evaluate the strength. Else, continue to focus on shorts. It is all about levels to level trading at this point. No need to discuss bias, because we short term, long term, mid term, all favoring shorts except long term. NQ, this area is important, right? And then big dream numbers pretty much are important. Russell, no longs. See, short-term sellers are in control. These are the levels. Okay. Actually, I was looking for this target in Russell. Dow, sellers below this. Crude above 110, 115. Buyers are there for day trading. These are the important levels. My personal preference is to stay away. So no trading in crude. Dream numbers 585, 640, right? So that being said, let's go here. So these are the dream numbers 585, 640. They are important, and you can see that there is a nice short of the open 2 times, right? But I skipped this one. You already know the reason, because this month end buyers could be active, right? And we have to evaluate their strength. If they are not that strong, we can use that weakness to short. Okay, so that was the idea for this trade. Same thing for ES, right? Preferred sellers area, ideally holding below. Yes, check mark is done, right? We know the importance of 20, which is it held it right of the open, right? We also know these are the month end buyers here. They try to buy it, right? Month end area is actually this green lines, bold support. But what we discuss in pre-market is 09 is not the level that you should look for. You should look for 02. This is the area. It may trap you here, right, at 09. So you look for 02, and that price goes below it in order to short, right, or go higher. So here you can see it went higher from 02, right? Somebody bought it and then sliced through it. So this was the sign, this area, this candle, that yes, sellers are back in business. At that point you should look for short right here. Same thing in NQ went to 585 again, right? So at this point, why would someone short it here, right? See, that is the question, because you can see it here. You can argue, hey man, this is, price came down, held this support again, right, and is bouncing back. What are the odds that it will not go through it? Correct? You should ask that question. And here same thing, right? So the reason being is that look at internals. See, so in internals you can see it. They didn't even pop back above zero line during this entire balancing. See that? Even though NQ tried to go higher, ES tried to go higher with this push, AD was flat, minus 100 almost. Pretty much all the stocks were lower. ES was also same damn thing. Below even minus 490 out of 500 stocks. All of them were down, right? So with this push, there is no buying in internals at all. So obviously someone is going to try to short it again. These buyers are weak, as I said, right, in pre-market. It's just buying the dip mentality, And as I also said, if you buy it here, definitely it will bounce, give you a few points, right? That was we discussed also. But I also said it's no point buying it for that few points. Rather you look for shorts. See, shorts worked out nicely. Long give you only this much point. See my point? So that was the short. But let's say you're scared. Let's say you do not want to take this short, right? Then what? Then you wait for, as I said, right, in pre-market, that look for morning lows, not in pre-market but after the market was open. Look for morning lows to get taken out. Completely to be taken out in 5 minutes preferably, right, as I said. So 5-minute time frame. See here at 10:10 you can see there was a breakdown, right? And here also you can see it in ES, which is here. So here you can take a shot, right here, both same time. See, first time when ES make a new low, NQ did not made a new low. See, so there was no breakdown short here. Here both same time you take a shot now. See, patience is the key. So when I took this short, I had some technical issues in my rhythmic, ninja, trade session, pretty much everywhere. My internals went down, right? So while in Discord, I said, what? Since I took this short, I can't see the chart at that point, so I have to go to the back end in rhythmic and manage it off based on the profit loss, right? Statement, or not statement, but profit loss figure. So I said 555, I'm going to put my stop. So when price was here, I said 555, I'm going to put my stop. And if it takes me out, I'm done for the day. I cannot trade this way. Unless if it holds it, I'm going to hold it. And I did hold it, because it did not stop me out. It went to 553 here by 2 points. It missed me by 2 points. Otherwise, I would have been stopped out. But I got lucky here, right? Not lucky, but the level was there, 555. So anyway, it held it, and then I got the profit, right? So if you took this short, where do you target, right? So the target was fixed, right? Profit taking area. See, these were my pre-market notes here. Preferred sellers area, profit taking area, profit taking area, right? Now this thing I wrote it at 6:30 in the morning, right? Which is around here, or maybe here somewhere, and you can see it. See that 10:52 I tweeted it also, right? Exactly at 10:52 or 10:51 I sent a tweet out and said take a profit or majority scale across the board in all the indexes, right? So NQ was here at that time. Russell was also at the lower end, right? Dow was also at the lower end. If you took the profit here, look at this, how many points price went in your favor after profit taking, right? Probably I would say 20 point, and here I would say 5 point, 6 point, right? But look at how far it went against you. If you did not, let's say assume you did not take a profit, see, pretty much it reversed on you 100%. See my point? So that's why it's very important to do certain things or take profit on certain days. When price comes down overnight is already exhausted, you can't hope for a like super duper move. You just have to take profit, and you need to know your profit taking areas, the good areas, not like random profit, right? So this area I actually typed it right early in the morning, and you can see it held it, right? Look at this level 346, right? Our level. I did not draw this line in intraday, it was there, right? So now this is for known members, right? You want to see that? See, I am not drawing lines on the fly, it was already there. See that 346, and see, and these were the notes by the deep folks thinking about good risk reward. See all these things, you can pause the video and watch these things, right? This was a profit taking area, and Q's low today was right around here, somewhere in the middle. So most likely it will come here in the overnight, definitely. It has to come there. So and ES, look at this second profit target area. ES came up to this point, right? Exchange area. That's why it bounced. But there is a fair chance that it may come here if NQ comes here. So those are the trades, and then later on, here after 10:52, which is right after this point, I said if after you take the profit here on majority scale, which is here, I said this vertical line was 10:52. I said if ES goes above 78, which is this line, and NQ goes above, there was an intraday lines, that levels I gave, which was 456 to 457, sorry 470, this level I gave it intraday. I said if NQ goes above this and ES goes above 78, they is screwed up, do not trade unless it goes up below first hour low. So up to this point ES went above at 11:23, which is this time. ES went above 78, that means no point trading at all, they is screwed, and you can see it after that point onwards. See how the day got screwed. See that balance, back and forth, back and forth. That is called the definition of screw up day. See, I didn't wait for this thing to come, right at this time I said if it goes above certain levels, they will get screwed, and that is what it happens. See that? So even if you try to go long here, short here, back and forth, you will end up losing money. So unless it goes back below first hour low, right, which was this area, see, then you can trade, which is this trade right here, right there. So yes, at the time of taking, yes, after you took this trade, price went against you by 10 points roughly, right? But in one shot it topped you out and went down. So yes, you may get stopped out here if you took this trade, right? But then look at this, immediate next minute it closed below it in the same bar, you short it again, same thing here, this trade in NQ, see that, you short it again, and then this was the trade, see, this was a good trade. Why? Remember, if you remember, in pre-market we discuss all the scenarios, like if price goes against you, or goes higher and higher like crazy, this was not a crazy move, but it was still fair up move, right? So I said look for internals, right? And then look for follow through kind of scenario, pretend that you went long, right? Remember, we discussed all this thing. And then the moment you get stopped out on your long, that could be the opportunity to short, because at that point there is no follow through. See, here it went through above this level, right? And then the importance of these levels now, right? I already gave you in Discord, right? So now once price goes above it, and also this area also here, right? This is hunting levels, right? So when price went here above hunting levels, it better holds it above it. Simple, right? Look at the momentum here at that point. See that? Completely to the upside. It is easy for buyers to take this thing higher, right? Instead, what they did, they failed right here from this hunting level. Yes, it went above it, but then what? There is no follow through, straight down, right? Now you know that hunting levels are at work. They became resistance, so you wait, because it is balancing, right? But then what happened? Price came back up to hunting level again, right? Here again, look at this, to the T almost, right? Then what happened? Failed, right? Immediately. Then what happened? Went up, breakdown, right? Mini balance, right? It was a confluence area too, VWAVs, right? Here also same thing, 24-hour VWAV. That was your short right there. Internals were already liquidation kind, right? So that was your short in the balance if you are trading it. Otherwise, you just take this short here, stopped out, do a second trade, and hope for a breakdown below this, right? But when you see price is chopping around, you bail out. Simple. So now, let's talk about Mbox. So Mbox, right? So since my system was down, I took the screenshot at that time, like in between back and forth, it was not loading up properly, but still I was able to take a screenshot. And in Discord, in Mbox Discord, I also posted these things, right? Same thing. So maybe around 11 o'clock or so, right? Or maybe 10:52, I posted these things. So this is pretty clear here, I don't have to walk you through the chart here. See, this thing is pretty clear, right? So at the high level, all the notes are there even, right? So you can see these things here, right? There was a balance, correct? Then of the open, there was another balance here, right? So while price was doing this balancing here, right, after this balance, price tried to break out, right, about this, right? Looks like buyers want to take it to moon, right? Looks like the May month low around this area held it pretty much, right? So, and you can see there is X control, big dot right here, and then somebody bought it up. Look at this, buying, right? Lots of buying. Look at this here also, lots of buying. Here also lots of buying, right? So what is the expectation? Expectation is, okay, fine, it has to go to moon, let's wait for follow through. Then what happened? See, first down move from here, from the top, fine, they took it out. Now definitely at this point they wanted to take it higher, right? So, but look at this, 40 to 58, big difference, right? So lack of demand, no demand at new high. Then what happened? Somebody sold it with this dot, came down all the way here, right? Look at this, minus 125, right? So, and if you look at it here also, there was a negative delta here, right? So, but anyway, this negative delta, right? So on the way up from here, half of this move only 40, but double the size could be 80, right? But then look at minus 125. So sellers came back in, right? And then look at it on the way high, look at this buy, reduce completely here, right? So this could be the overbought situation also, you can consider, and then what happened? Then you can see 97, right? Now you have to wait for this area to be taken out, because that's where the buyers are here, right? So you can see minus 125, 97, minus 189, even good delta, good supply, right? Then on the way up again same 97, 98, right? On the way down here minus 22, suddenly the supply gone, right? That's why somebody bought it here. See that? So now at this point you know that there are buyers here pretty much, right? And then they are trying to hold these things, right? So fine, let them take it higher, correct? That's the one way to look into it. But then if you add up, there is a hidden supply here, and then supply is more than demand, right? And then this buying is not supporting the idea of this breakup at this point in time, right? And then what happened? These things continue to go down. When price was here, look at this buying gone, this buying gone, and then you see a breakdown of this area. These buyers are trapped now. So with X control dot, selling surpassing Friday's selling, change of behavior, you can say that delta is gone, selling increased, pullback short, double algo right there, and then another short here, and that's it pretty much. You take these two shorts, right? Even technically you can short here too, right here, right? But that is aggressive short, right? So initiative short, this is like moderate short, confirming shorts, right? And then you just wait. And at this time at 10:52 at 375, that is where I said take profit in my Discord, and I also tweeted it, right? I said across the board. After that you can see it. See here, this trade there was imbalance also, right? Look at this, bids are increasing, right? Here it's going down instead of going higher. See, so all this pointing to the short side. Now here on the way down, I said take profit here. Is it based on Mbox? No, it was based on the levels that which I had it, and then even Mbox at that point, this was like going higher, so it was selling was reducing, but you can't make a case out of it, right? It was too strong down move. It's just a begin there, so price can technically go down further, right? But it was levels are levels, so you take a profit here, evaluate it again. You do not want to short with this dot. Why not? Because of this. See, now it is even more supply is gone. There is no enough supply here at the time of breakdown, right? So supply is gone, so it's divergence here, also divergence, right? So at least no entry, no new entry, but you can take a profit if you want to. And then after this point onwards, I don't have a screenshot, but after 11:10 this was the low of the day until late noon, 3 o'clock. This was the low of the day. So pretty much after 10:52, I would claim that price held that low, this low or this low, and did not come back till lower until entire day, I would say, right? Until 3 p.m., 3:30. So this was a powerful level. It held it, and then there was a long setup too, based on this and this right here, around 11,400. But I don't want to discuss that go further. I am running out of time. But that was the trade for the NQ. Okay, and that be all for today.